by now everyone has seen video and followed the social media flare-up drama that erupted when Megan, which of the Morrises fouled Nikola Jokic? Was that Marcus?
I think it was Marcus.
The one that plays in Miami. So Miami
Honestly,
Morris.
I can never. The fact that they have the same tattoos and everything, I legitimately can't tell them apart.
Okay, so Miami Morris, I think, whom we think is Marcus, he fouled Nikola Jokic really hard. Nikola Jokic came back with the forearm shiver to the back, gave him a little whiplash, knocked him to the ground, and at which point, like a brawl almost ensued. Jimmy Butler wound up inviting at least Jokic.
It was Markieff. Sorry, it was
got
Markieff.
hit. Okay, so then Jimmy Butler wound up inviting at least Jokic and maybe more of the Denver Nuggets to meet him in either in the parking lot or the hallway, and then the brothers get involved. So Marcus Morris winds up tweeting some stuff, I can't quote it here, and then the Jokic brothers come back saying, "Listen, if you want to fight, we'll be there." My question to you, Megan McPeak, is 2-on-2. Are you in or out on the Morris brothers handling the Jokic brothers?
Okay, so first I'm going to preface this by saying, one, I do not condone violence like this.
Of course.
Okay?
That goes without saying.
I don't condone violence.
But we'll say it here.
I think they'd have their hands full with the Jokic brothers. Like, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a dark alley and the Morris brothers are available, by all means.
Yes.
Like, they got my back. I'll happily take that. But if the option is them or the Jokic brothers, who are trained fighters,
yeah, I mean, it is all relative.
Going to go with them.
Yeah,
don't condone violence again. But if this is like a sanctioned fight, there's time to train. I condone that violence because there's a reason.
Exactly.
But no, unfortunately, I got to go with the Jokic brothers on this one.
Yeah, 2-on-2 basketball game might be a different story, but 2-on-2.
Yeah. Although a fight might break out after that.
That's true too. Corey, you in or out on the Morrises handling the Jokic's in a 2-on-2 fight?
Listen, the Jokic's are going to take them, and we know why, because Nemanja, one of the Jokic brothers, is a professional Muay Thai fighter and has several MMA fights, right? We've seen high-profile examples of this recently where basketball players try and fight someone who they think is not tough, but knows how to box, and we've seen how that plays out. And if this were to play out in a ring, it would play out the exact same way.
Could we sub in James Johnson for one of the Morris brothers?
See, now that's different.
Might be a little bit of a better fight.
And there are also 3 Jokic brothers, and like the old school wrestling fans remember like the Fabulous Freebirds where it was 3 of them.
Yes.
Like any 2 of them might be the tag team on a given night. So it probably depends on which 2 Jokic brothers we're talking about. Now, to me, quick story from my past. Corey, you remember this. I used to train a lot of Muay Thai 5, 6, 7 years ago with Claude Patrick and crew DJ Dallaire out in Mississauga. So I'd be in that gym like several times a week. I did Muay Thai classes. I did boxing classes. And then like a lot of the guys in the gym, because it was an MMA gym, Claude was a UFC fighter, or he had been in the UFC a few times. Like Claude's identity is not defined by the UFC. Point is, a lot of the guys in that gym would be like, "Hey man, when are you going to take a grappling class?" And I'd be like, "Never." And they'd be like, "But what if you get in a fight in the street and it goes to the ground? You got to know what to do." And I would say, I'm damn near 40 years old. I got no business fighting in the street. That's the first thing. Second thing, if I'm fighting like just a dude, like someone who's not trained, just a dude, that dude's not getting me on the ground. Get out of here. Like you train with me in the gym every day. I know what I'm doing. Like, dude's not going to get me on the ground. That's the second thing. Third thing is, if that dude succeeds in getting me on the ground, that dude is also a trained fighter, which means I got no business fighting him. And so my advice to the Morris brothers is, you see a trained fighter, if you yourself are not a trained fighter, you got no business fighting him. Even if you are a trained fighter, you probably still got no business fighting him, because why? Why?
Right. And that is a lesson here too, Morgan, is right. That's why you don't get into street fights, because you do not know who is a trained fighter. And one possibility here is that the Morrises don't know that at least one of the Jokic brothers is a professional fighter.
Right.
And because you don't know that, that's why you don't offer to fight people in the streets. Because yes, the guy that tackles you could be a black belt and might choke you out. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do it. And Morgan, let's be real. As we chatted over the weekend, video of training doesn't always mean training.
Yeah, like if the Morris brothers are out here
Tyler
punching
Hero, I'm looking at
like
you.
Tyler Hero. Listen, some of these fights you just gotta let them pass.